Hello, good evening and welcome to the sports segment live here on The Pulse with me, Okraku Ampofo. Well, the Black Stars are still dominating the airwaves, and all over you go, all over the place and wherever you go, people are talking about the team. What we do know in terms of updates is that some members of the squad and officials of the team arrived at the Kotoka International Airport earlier today around 3 a.m. We cannot confirm why they chose that time, but that's when the team arrived in Ghana. But that's not our focus today. Our focus is that after they arrived, the president of the Ghana Football Association, Okraku, addressed the media and earlier today spoke to our sister station, Asempa, and a few other media houses. And these are some of the quotes from what he did say. So he started by saying that it is important that we have cool heads, engage and take the right decisions for Ghana. He also went on to say that it is also true that he has had an unfortunate time with our team, and in the sense that he's never really had 4 days uninterrupted to train this squad since he took over the ship. Let's be fair. And that was Ket on Milovan Rajvac. He goes on to talk about the players and says that the players who represented Ghana are the best that we have. If there is a Ronaldo or Messi type of player somewhere who moves straight to our first 11, just let me know and I will include them. The Black Stars now need support so they can grow and win trophies. For those who are not ready to serve the country, we can't force them. And these are the players who dedicated themselves to the national cause and who want to sacrifice even in difficulties. He also explained why Ghana failed at the Africa Cup of Nations. He says it's a very easy question to ask, but it is also very difficult to answer. And I have heard a lot of commentary on Coach Milo's selection, and I wonder why it is so. Every player selected deserved the call-up. Milo selected the best Ghanaian players abroad. Wakaso, who failed to play a single minute throughout the tournament due to injury, now we have an explanation on that from Okraku, who says that we called Wakaso because we believed he would serve the country at some point in the tournament, but that didn't happen. We've seen the quotes. Now joining me in studio is Joy Sports' Joel Bote to dissect what President of the Ghana Football Association said earlier today. Joel, reading these quotes and having the privilege of hearing Ket this morning, what did you make of his body language and his general posture coming across?
Well, looking at his approach to it, even the interview, it showed that he didn't show remorse to what happened in Cameroon. He was rather trying to defend the situation and try to stand out and say, oh, this and this happened. But unfortunately, he didn't address the questions. So, for example, where he was asked about if he would apologize to Ghanaians, he went on to say, well, everybody can judge. I can't quote him word for word, but everybody can judge from what they see and they would say the truth based on what they see. But that's a wrong approach to such a question, because that way you're trying to defend yourself instead of say, okay, this is what happened and we understand that Ghanaians are furious. We'll do our best to not allow this to happen the next time. Those were the things people were looking for. The littlest of things to calm the situation down. You don't need to stand out and say, you know what you're doing so much. Sometimes just take it easy and allow things to take their flow. So I believe if he had approached it with a more calmer approach and tried to apologize and take the situation step by step, I think that would have helped with issues. Right now, things are looking a bit escalated than it seemed.
Well, the reactions from social media don't do justice to Ket Okraku. A lot of people are not pleased with how he came across and expected him to be a bit more humble, as you rightly mentioned. But let's go into the thick of things and talk about some of the things that he spoke about. Let's start off with what he said about the squad. He says that this is Ghana's best pool of squad available and they selected the best players. Is that something that you agree with?
Well, that's very subjective because we can't tell the pool of players that they had, but looking at the names that were called up, we had certain names not showing up or honoring the call-up. For example, Afenajan, some felt it was too early. So you can't just say you call the best squad and not show the best squad. The best squad that came with the performances that we saw didn't show that. That was not a reflection of what you say. So I believe, and also injuries were in there as well. Just as he said, Wakaso. Wakaso was expected to play, but did not play. And therefore, he's a -1 for us. If you also look at the name Mohamed Kudus, he didn't feature in the squad. And that's another -1, means our numbers are less than what we need for such a major tournament. So I think it wasn't the best squad that we could have taken to the tournament. And I believe we could have done better in terms of our squad selection.
And Milovan Rajvac, he's one that Kurt couldn't avoid. From what he says, do you think the Serb would be getting the sack anytime soon?
Well, from the way the meeting was called for tomorrow, it's looking likely that they are looking along those lines. Otherwise, I don't find a need for the meeting. When you look at what happened at the AFCON, we historically had our worst performance, and that was a mark that we shouldn't have left for such a major tournament. Most of the time, when coaches leave such marks, you find the big name countries or teams take huge decisions in terms of either sacking or retaining the person. We are yet to see what they would base the sacking on if they would take that decision. And also, we would like to know what their decision will be on if they want him to stay. That's the answer to which they would say, okay, we are keeping Milo to take us through the World Cup playoffs. For that's where the question marks are. We would like to know what they have to say around those lines.
All right, thank you very much, Joel. What we do know is that the Ghana Football Association have requested to meet Milovan Rajvac, where he would submit his tournament report and explain to the association why things went south in Cameroon, with the Black Stars failing to win a game and ending up as bottom in Group C. Remember, if the Ghana Football Association and the Ministry of Youth and Sports decide to sack Milovan Rajvac with immediate effect, they would have to cough up $270,000 because his contract expires September 19th. And so we're bringing you updates on a situation that looks like it would be going all the way right here on Joy Sports. You can follow us on social media at Joy Sports GH on Twitter or myjoyonline.com/sports on our website. My name is Okraku Ampofo.